Hello, welcome to balancedact. My name is Juan, and today I wanted to touch on the idea of the journey versus the destination. So, in life, I think this concept is of the utmost importance because a lot of us, we want the destination and we don't enjoy the journey. And that was me for most of my adult life. Just pushing, get results, got to get to the gold pot at the end of the rainbow. Fuck the rainbow. That's it. And any way I can get to that gold pot faster, that's cool. So I want to touch on first the spiritual side of this concept. So the concept of the destination versus the journey. So really, we want to have a destination so that we can go on the journey, so that we can learn and become better people, and also to enjoy it. We want to enjoy the journey, but the journey will challenge us to become better because we'll have to be something more than what we are in order to get to the destination. So that's really the point of having a destination. And on the spiritual side of things, you want to really look at it like this. This is what Abraham Esther Hicks has to say about it. So let's say you're going to go on a vacation. You're going to go to Rome, right? So you live wherever you live. You live in Florida. I live in Florida. You live in Florida. You live in Texas. Live in New York, Oklahoma, wherever it is. So you're going from Oklahoma to Rome. You and your husband or your wife, right? And you and your significant other look at each other and say, you know what? We're going to go to Rome, right? And the end point of our trip is to come back home. So we're already home. So basically, if we stay home, the trip's done. We accomplished what we looking to accomplish. So we go to Rome and come back home, or we just stay here and save a bunch of money. And we're already home, so we might as well stay home, right? That makes sense. I mean, at the end point of our trip, we'll be here, so let's just stay here. Now, what she's trying to illustrate there is saying that that's kind of how we look at things, right? It's as funny, as ridiculous, as stupid as that sounds. And I'm not sure if I really got across as well as she did, but that's kind of how we look at things, right? So it's like, well, I want to make a bunch of money, right? So I'm only going on this journey to make a bunch of money, but I don't think I'm young enough to try to go on that journey. I don't think that I've experienced enough. I don't even know how to start. You know what I'm saying? I got these kids at home. I got, all this stuff going on. I can't do that, I don't even know what that looks like. Like, what do I do? Go back to school? Like, what do I do? I don't understand. And plus the job already working. I'm tired when I get off from work. I'm tired. I don't got any time. So you see, we stop ourselves from ever going on the journey because we want the destination so bad, the journey just seems too hard. But you never go on the journey in the first place, you'll never get to where you're trying to go. There's another concept that Abraham touches on, which is you can't get there from here. So if you're in a spot where you feel really, really bad and you're trying to get to somewhere so you can feel better, you got to kind of start to feel the way you imagine you'll feel here, as you would imagine you would feel if you were over there. So if you won the lottery, you play the lottery every weekend because you're like, I need money so that I can pay these bills, take care of my family, and live the life I want to live, have the freedom I want to have. So you pay the lottery every week, and in the meantime, you're living your life, you're examining where you live, maybe you live in a bad neighborhood, your kids are off track, and you're working a horrible job that you hate, you gotta go there, you spend most of your time there, your health is bad, you drink beer, do whatever you need to do to get to the week, and then you do it again, right? And just miserable, sitting there hoping and waiting for one day to win the lottery, right? Never happens. It'll never happen for you. It'll never happen for you. You'll die in that state. You will. You'll just be in that state forever. Because you can't get there from here. You have to start to feel the way you will imagine you'll feel over there. Because that's the whole point of you trying to get there. Once again, staying on the spiritual side of things. Everything that we want it in the imagining that we'll feel better once we have it. You see, life is energy. If you can change your point of energy from within without having to have the circumstance or the condition met, then you actually will start on that journey towards that thing. Sounds like a bunch of bullshit, right? But it's true. So imagine that you feel like shit. Maybe not imagine that you feel like shit. And then you want to feel better. You want freedom. See, like, man, I don't like having to go to work every week and listen to this asshole tell me what to do, who's my boss. So what's the solution to that? The one solution you think is, well, if I start making more money, if I get this degree, I don't have to go there anymore. I can do the thing I want to do, right? Right, maybe. Maybe. Or maybe you'll get there and you just feel the same. Now let's segue into more practical side of things. There's a saying, wherever you go, there you are. You see, the real problem is that you have belief systems within yourself based on fear, based on past events that are dictating to you how you act and how you react to situations. You're living a very conditional life. And this is due to the fact that your body's holding on to memories of past traumas, and now you're trying to escape them. You're stuck in fight or flight mode right now. You're living in fear. So you're trying to run away or fight or hide from whatever the hell you're afraid of. You might not even realize you're afraid. So you're afraid, you grow up, you see your parents living in poverty, and you're afraid you're gonna end up that way. And you'll fight to not be that way, or you'll run away from any situation that might keep you where your parents are at and what you were born into. That's all back here in your amygdala, your reptilian brain, okay? It is warning you that you're in a situation that you are perceiving as dangerous. And therefore, it's turning off your prefrontal cortex. It's running cortisol and all types of negative hormones through your body. Not really negative, but negative in the sense that it's doing it too much. Hormones throughout your body to get you ready to fight, run away, whatever you need to do to get out of this dangerous situation that you don't want to be in. So you'll stay there. You'll stay there because you're not thinking. You're not using your critical thinking. You're just trying to run away. You're trying to feel better. You can never feel better because you imagine yourself stuck in a situation that you can never get out of. You're stuck in the past. So we touched on before. So the only way you can really get yourself out of that is that you got to stop living in the past, stop being in the past, stop living from a place of resentment, stop living from a place of regret, stop thinking about the shit that happened to you, stop telling the story of all the bad shit that happened to you, because what you're doing is you're keeping yourself mentally and physically, because your body still thinks you're there, stuck in the past, whatever trauma you experience. That's what it is. It's the trauma of your past keeping you stuck to where you're at, and you want to go forward, but you can't because you're stuck there, stagnant energy. That's what's going on. And that's the practical side of things, because there's science behind this now. And I think many of us are familiar with it now. Okay, a lot of it has to deal with your, what's called your sympathetic nervous system, getting aroused. Your brain is in a aroused state because it believes you're in danger. It's a very binary system that we have as far as our nervous system is concerned. Okay, either you're in danger or you're not. Either you're cool or you're not cool. All right, your brain doesn't really differentiate, doesn't go by levels like how the prefrontal cortex does on, oh, okay, this is not really that bad of a situation, so I can handle this. No, this brain back here is like, shit, danger, run. That's it. That's all it's doing. That's it. Or it's like, everything's cool, great. Binary, completely and totally binary. So the only way you got to do that is you have to start to coax your way out of this fear place. You can't do it by yourself, but you probably shouldn't. That's when mental health comes in. By the way, I'm nowhere near a mental health professional, obviously. A lot of this stuff I'm spitting to you from my own experience, things that I've helped bring myself out of bad experiences, myself out of my past thinking. A lot of stuff I'm still working on personally. And a lot of this stuff I'm just telling you from things that I've studied over the last several years. I've been studying wellness and self-help since 2017. Yes, I've been to therapy. Yes, I've been part of group meetings to help me with certain things that I'm going through. But obviously, I'm no kind of professional. But if you are in a place where you're really, really not well, you do need professional help. You know, see a therapist, see a psychiatrist, join some kind of group meeting. If you're dealing with addiction, maybe a 12-step program, something. Because you might need help getting yourself out of those weeds. That is your own mind. That is your own thought process. Because what's happening is you have beliefs. You have beliefs that keep coming up, they're core beliefs within you that may not either A, be serving you, or B, be true. And usually you know them because you feel very negative about them. So, in order to start to go to the place of your destination, you have to start the journey. And how you start the journey is you have to start to feel the way that you imagine you feel once you get to that place. And how you do that is dependent on which role you want to take. Let's look at the extremes of, once again, just to summarize, of the spiritual and the practical. The spiritual side says you can't get here from there. You got to start imagining yourself in a place that you want to be. And you have to enter into that vortex of your imagined reality and trust your spirit guides, God, your inner being, whatever you want to say, to guide you there. Start listening to that voice inside of you. On the more practical side of things, you got to get well. You got to get well. You got to see a therapist, a psychiatrist, join some kind of group. You got to start learning about how your nervous system works, right? From up here, going right all the way throughout here. Learn how trauma affects the body. Start taking that journey and start to get well. And whatever journey you're on, whether you're dealing with trauma or not, you want to start to enjoy that journey to help you get to your destination even faster. Release the resistance. Thank you guys. That's it for this week. May you find the path between the metaphysical and the practical to your own wellness and understanding. Thank you, and I love you.